All right, hey, everybody, welcome into the building. It is Trending Topics Thursday, okay? And I don't know why I want to push this week back. Oh, Sebastian, you at work, but thanks for watching, Sebastian, okay? But you got your ticket number, okay? You're going to be a passenger on the train still. I want to thank y'all for coming through, and we got a good lineup for Trending Topics Thursday. Who's on our lineup here? Listen, don't y'all be hopping this train for free. Y'all know what y'all got to do? Hit that like button. See, Sebastian, you like to play games, okay? You like to play games. You talk about, what did he say? Where did his thing go? Talking about, here, where is it? Sebastian, I keep missing your comment. I'm working online at home today due to the pollutants in the air. But Sebastian, you shouldn't even be allowed to work from home. Remember, you said you agreed with Martha. But I ain't going to take the train in reverse, Sebastian. I'm going to let you go, okay? Come on, Best IBK. No remote work for Sebastian, okay? Choo-choo, okay? Listen. So listen, guys. Thanks for being here for Trending Topic Thursday. We're going to talk about these topics we have today. We have some good topics, okay? Wendy Williams' son. We didn't get to talk about it yesterday. We're going to talk about it today. Well, Wendy Williams' manager responded to the Sun's interview with the Sun. And the manager was a little salty. He came at Kevin Hunter's neck. Kevin Hunter Jr. I'm like, Dad, Will, calm down. He's just a kid. But we'll get into it. We're going to talk about Al Pacino having the baby. He's 84. And he got the nerve to ask the chick for a paternity test. And you know what? This has got to be the year of the senior citizens. 2023 is the year of the senior citizens. So why am I saying that? Al Pacino having a baby. He's 83 or 84, whatever it is. What is his name? Robert De Niro in his 70s just had him a baby. And now we got, what's the guy? Bill Murray from Ghostbusters. He's dating Khalees. Listen, year of the senior citizens. I promise you that. Then we got the mother of the 6-year-old. Y'all remember that? The mother of the, come on now. Come on, Cat. He's messy, Cat. Talking about the kid is not my son. Where the test came back. And Al Pacino, you are the father. Now, y'all remember the 6-year-old that unfortunately took the pow to school? And hurt some people with the pow. Well, the mother is going to the mother going to pay. The mother's about to pay. Mother's going down for this situation. We're going to get into it. Diva, I ain't mad at him for asking for no paternity test. I know a lot of people not, but he messy. Okay, somebody calling them Viagra babies. Yeah, it's a 6-year-old with the pow. The mom is going down. I don't know, some of y'all may be too young. Y'all remember the show Good Times? Remember the dad from the show? His daughter said that the people trying to take advantage of him. And she started a GoFundMe to get him help. We're going to talk about it. We're going to chat about it. So let me board this train. But before I board this train, you know what y'all got to do. You know what you got to do in that chat. Come on now, buy your ticket. But you know what I need in order to start boarding this train? A choo-choo, okay? Can I get a choo-choo in the chat? Clear, thank you so much. All right, guys. Choo-choo, okay? All aboard, everybody. We're about to board this train for Trending Topics Thursday. Now, let's see who we got in the building. Of course, we got our monthly ticket holder. Hey, Robin.
Hey, listen, folks. On tonight's episode of The Gray Hair Diva, we will investigate to determine whether or not Kevin Hunter Jr. and John Amos's daughter are friends, in cahoots, or have the same representation.
Thank you, Robin. Hey, Shan on VIP.
Hey.
Hey, Leo. Hey, Denzel.
Hey.
Hey,
Choo-choo. Number 4. Choo-choo.
That's right.
Hey,
let's get into it.
Leo.
All right.
Hey, Radiance. All right, we're going to have full house on this train. Hey, Emmanuel. Hey, Nikki.
Guys.
Hello.
What's up?
Yes, Miss G, we going to talk about it. That's right, James Evans, the first dad, one of the first daddies we saw in the Black community on TV. We going to talk about it. We'll get to that story. But listen, guys, I'm glad. Thank you for coming in, taking this ride with us, okay? We're going to go ahead and get right into it. And because we didn't get to squeeze him in yesterday, he's going to be at the top of our agenda. Kevin Hunter Jr., Wendy Williams' son, okay? He spoke out. He spoke out the other day to the Sun publication. And he told them, listen, my mother is dying. And nobody around her cares. They're using her. They're abusing her for her money and her fame. And they don't give a darn anything about her health. And he said, I didn't know what else to do but to speak to y'all, to speak to the public so y'all can help me out. So he spoke, and when he was speaking, he accused some people of some things. And one of them was Wendy Williams' current manager, who's also a jeweler. He makes the jewelry. So her son was questioning that relationship. He said, well, what you doing? Do you make jewelry or are you the manager? Where they do that at? Well, when you speak, that's what we talked about yesterday. When you put it out for public consumption, don't be mad when somebody come back at you. So the manager spoke. And he slung a little mud. He slung a little mud in Young Buck's face. Now get this boy a break, okay? Get this boy a break because he's young. He's in his 20s. But Will Selby didn't give a darn. He's like, you speak, I speak. So Wendy Williams' manager responds to her son, Kevin Jr.'s allegations amid her guardianship. And this is ET exclusive. We're going to talk about it. That's Will right there. I don't want to play it. I don't want ET to ding me. I'll put the link in the description. Y'all could go play it and hear him speak for yourself, okay? Now, let me see. Let me go up here. Why is this acting up? Okay, there we go. All right, let me go back up. So Wendy Williams' manager is sharing an update on the former TV host guardianship and her recovery amid her son, Kevin Hunter Jr. concerns over his mother's well-being. Now, why won't this move? The 22-year-old college student gave an interview to the U.S. Sun Tuesday in which he shared how he believes Wendy's team is taking advantage of her wealth and amid her alleged battle with alcoholism, which he says he does not allow her to make, sound decisions. According to the article, Kevin was being financially supported by his mother, but lost a large part of that support when her financial affairs were taken over by the Guardian in May of 2022. E.T. spoke with her manager, Will Selby, who refuted Kevin's claims, namely his suggestion that she's being taken advantage of by her team. This is what Will said. He said, taking advantage of her for what? He said, to get what? To do what? He said, I'm not here to brag, but I was doing just okay before Wendy came along, and I insisted on helping her because she requested my assistance. So he said, the only reason why I'm in Wendy's life is because she asked me to be. Can everybody just mute? Because I'm hearing a lot of background noise. Just mute yourself until we come around. Okay. He said, Wendy is under a guardianship. Everything that she does get approved by the guardianship. A court-appointed. What happened here? 1 second, guys. I don't know what. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Okay. Wendy is under a guardianship. Everything that she does gets approved by the guardianship, a court-appointed guardianship. So no one, even if they wanted to take advantage of her, for everything has to get approved by that court, he reminded. So any type of business dealings that we do, Wendy, myself, and anyone, we have to get the guardianship to sign off on it. So how can anyone take advantage of her? Jejula turned manager also slammed the 22 years old for going to a publication before speaking to his mother about his concerns. Well, come on, Will. He's saying that he couldn't get in touch with his mother. Give him a little, cut him a little slack, okay? If your mother was near death, would the first thing you do is call an online publication, he asked? Okay, so that's all I have to say about that. I usually don't do this. I'm only speaking on behalf of my client, and I'm not trying to have a debate with Kevin. You know he's a young man, and honestly, I feel like he's going through a lot. He probably dealing with a lot. I have a son that's the same age as him. And sometimes you just make poor decisions, in my opinion. And I'm just speaking to my son. So he's trying to say, listen, I got a son his age, right? Selby continue. I'm not here to be combative in whatever allegations he has. He's entitled to his opinion. I'm just trying to say that us as adults, let's be responsible and let's actually utilize some common sense. He's telling people, use your brain. Someone near death, someone like your mother, why would you go into an online publication to discuss it with them? Wendy's rep, Sean, echoed a similar sentiment about the interview, adding the publication has released false narratives with the intent to release stories without fully vetting information, which is a disadvantage to the public and is unprofessional and unethical. We ask the world continues to pray for the well-being of Wendy as she continues to recover from a very traumatic 2 years. As for how Wendy is doing, Shelby said, she's taking the necessary steps to be in a better place. Okay. She's progressing very well. She looks healthy. She sounds healthy. And I think she's doing amazing, Shelby said. As of today, I'm not a doctor, but that's my synopsis on how Wendy is doing right now. Reluctant to share too much personal information about the former Wendy Williams show host, Shelby did confirm that Wendy is currently in a wellness facility where she's receiving treatment. Well, my thing is, Shelby, when did she go? Did she go after Kevin cried out to y'all saying she needs help, or was she already in there? Wendy is at a facility doing the best to be her best. She's taking it day by day, Shelby said of Wendy, who has been in and out of health facilities over the past few years. And that's another thing too. Does anybody even ask like, how's she doing? Does anyone even care? We do care. Stop it, Shelby. I feel like everyone puts out negative information about her, and that's the focus. Why don't we just stop for a moment and just say, how is she? Is she doing okay today? Why is this not the focus? Why isn't that what we are talking about on a daily basis? Sharing a reminder of just how much Wendy has gone through over the years, the ending of her long-running television show, battling lymphedema and Graves' disease, Shelby asked for critics and fans to show the beloved TV personality some compassion. Shelby, don't try to deflect. Don't try to deflect. Just understand that she's a human being that's going through a lot. She's dealing with a lot, and support her, please, Shelby pleaded. While her primary focus is her health, Wendy is looking ahead to the future and the next chapter of life. She's only thinking about things she wants to do in her life, he said. She's only thinking about Wendy 2.0 and her new chapter of life and the things that she wants to accomplish, and that's her focus. That's Will Shelby. Somebody said, I heard he received payment for this
interview. Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Did you hear that too, Robin?
Yes, that was going to be one of my first points.
Well, go ahead and talk, Boo, because I didn't know that. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm all over. It's very easy to take a whole lot of sides in this story.
Right.
The first thing, I did have concern because I did hear that this is a paid interview. That's first and foremost. That's always something to be, excuse me. That's something we always need to question.
Right.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I missed the part about who got paid for the interview. Tell me, Robin.
Kevin Jr.
Oh, okay. Go right ahead.
I'm sorry. What?
I thought you meant Will Selby. Selby got paid. Okay.
So that's the first thing. Now I'm going to go out on a limb. Everything I said, this is so unusual. It's hard to piece together.
Right.
So I did question the fact that we're hearing from the son, as in Kevin. I think we heard from him because he was getting paid. We have not heard him speak ever about anything. And then when you consider how Wendy presented her family unit and her closeness with her son, I haven't been able to figure out. I don't care that he was in school in Florida and she was working in New York. I don't know what and how he's been so restricted from access to her. But then if you remember, Wendy really didn't get down with a whole lot of people and not even her family. Stop asking where is Wanda, because Wanda ain't never been there in the mix. So that's concerning.
Can I go after Robin, please?
Dustin, I just want to go in order so I can keep my mind. I must go Shan and then you. Go ahead, finish, Robin.
Okay, so that's concerning. I can't wrap my head around how they're so disconnected. And then we saw footage of Wendy and the brother and the father on the boat in Florida with her looking a little dazed and confused with this media thing. There's just so much. I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody is 100% right and everybody's 100% wrong. Because it's so unclear. I worry, and let me tell you, the thing that bothered me, that if he was properly quoted, was when Kevin said that she needed to make money. Wendy does not, if we understand her finances as they've been disclosed.
No, he didn't. Kevin Jr. did not say that.
Who said she needed to make money?
What he said was they're concerned about her making money. He said that should not be her concern because she already built a great legacy. Her concern should be her health, not her wealth.
So I remember reading it the exact other way. So that makes me feel more comfortable. Mm-hmm. I just think that Wendy has really been victimized by her ex-husband, who, in my opinion, isolated her, and she bought into the isolation to such a degree that there is no one who is blood related to her who it can or will stand for her. That's concerning.
Thanks, Robin. I'm coming to you, Shan. Let me throw this out there. I think the son was brought up sheltered for sure. One, because his mom was Wendy Williams, and two, because it was just the nature of how she raised them. She kept him very private. If you ever watch the show, I remember seeing him really one time on the show. She would talk about him often, but I saw him one time, and that was the year that Kevin Sr. and Kevin Jr. bought her this bike that she really wanted. And I want to say this. People are saying he was paid for the article, but could they have paid him much more than the $25,000 that he was offered to do the reality show with her and the executive producer credits? I don't know. I'm not feeling like he's being shady in this situation. I think it's a child he's the only child through his mother, and his sibling with his father is much younger. So it's not like he has someone he can bounce off of and relate to. I'm always grateful that I have siblings, because when something comes up with my parents, I got somebody to call and bounce it off to. When you're the only child, so to speak, who do you call? If you don't know, who knows? And then who do you turn to? I don't know. But Shan, what are your thoughts?
I think it's very sad. Something suspicious is going on here with the dynamic between the family. I don't know. I'm a big fan of the Wendy Williams show. I just feel like it's very sad how this is all playing out. I don't have much commentary on it because just like, I don't know what to believe,
I know it's hard to dissect, right? And so Robin said Kevin wasn't sheltered enough to find himself, but a cousin introduced him to that. Wendy Williams said that on the show, and a cousin introduced him to that. And she said it because that's the time when Dr. Sabi, who wasn't truly a doctor, a medical doctor, but Dr. Sabi was a big name in the African American community. There are a lot of celebrities that have said to have gone to him for several different reasons. They also claim
he's a holistic doctor.
Yeah, holistic doctor. He never labeled himself as a doctor. The people did. But there's many people that went to Dr. Sabi, and they sent little Kevin Jr. down to Dr. Sabi when he went through that situation. And that's when Kevin Jr. went down there with him. And that's when the sister wife, I'm going to call her at the time, Serena, went down there with him, because Wendy Williams had to continue to work. And that's why always people say that Wendy Ben knew about Serena. Her major problem was that you had the nerve to have a baby. That wasn't supposed to be part of the plan. But Dustin, what are your thoughts on this? Will Selby going off on Kevin Jr.
All right, I think it's very uncalled for, to be honest with you, Diva. I don't like him getting paid for the interview that he did. I don't think that he should have got paid. That is a very red flag to me. So I think that he kind of did what they wanted him to, what they wanted him to do, and what they wanted him to say, so that he could get paid and kind of get paid, because they were saying Wendy didn't have enough. They was having trouble with money, so I'm thinking that they did the interview thinking that she's okay to work, but she's been in this rehab, in and out of this rehab facility for how many years now? About 2 years. In and out, in and out, in and out. I don't think she could work.
Well, that was the son's concern, right? That she's not in a position to work, but they're like propping her up to work. But Denzel, what are your thoughts on this?
It's a sad situation.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. You know, I know he care about his mom, and you know, a lot of people want to know what is really going on with her. And I will say this: people might not agree what I'm about to say. Why did it take Kevin Jr. so long to, you know, speak out now? You know, I don't know. Are they keeping him away from his mom? Because if that's what it is, that's messed up.
That's what he's saying.
And I don't know. I might be wrong, but what's his name?
Will Selby.
Will Selby.
Yeah, Will Selby. To me, he looked like a con artist.
Mm-hmm.
To me, by you know, the way he smiles, his demeanor, he looked like a fraud. And I think Wendy is around a lot of vultures. I really do. And I want to ask you something real quick. When she went down there to go see her brother and her dad, what was her son with them on the yacht?
I don't know about all that, but I do know the son said in an article, and she was doing better when she was down there in Florida, for whatever it's worth, right?
Yeah.
He's saying that pretty much when she was with me, you didn't see all of these crazy pictures of her out in the publications, right? You didn't hear all of these crazy stories. She was doing better. She was eating well. He didn't take her around places where the element was. If you know you're dealing with an alcoholic, why would you take an alcoholic to the spirit store, to the local alcohol store? Who does that, right?
Exactly.
So Shelby, you celebrating your birthday. If you were an alcoholic, then I'm sorry. I know you're a grown man. You got to celebrate your birthday at Chuck E. Cheese or something. But what you can't do is celebrate your birthday in the strip club where it's all kinds of alcohol and you bring in the alcoholic there. Now, does that seem like you care about her? That don't make sense.
No, point blank, period. It don't
make sense. So that's why I'm still giving Will. He talking slick and he know how to talk. He know how to talk that talk. He grown.
He got that gift of gab.
Come on now, Denzel. He got the gift of gab, and I'm still giving him the side eye. But
me too.
Nikki, what are your thoughts?
Hey, Nikki. Glad you made the train tonight.
Y'all were a hot topic at my job. Just saying. So I have a few things as usual. One, the first thing I want to say, there are plenty of ways to get around this. With this guy, I don't know the manager guy, whoever it is.
Will.
There are plenty of ways to get around guardians. I used to work for I don't even get into that, but I had to deal with lots of guardians because I was a program manager and I worked with people who had intellectual disabilities. So obviously they would have a guardian, right? And I had to spend their money for them in order for them to like keep Medicaid, things like that. So I'm saying that there's always a loophole. If the guardian isn't available and I don't spend this person's money, they won't get Medicaid next time. So I have to do it on their behalf. So I'm just saying that to just give you a little peek into like him saying, oh, well, it has to go through this process. Stop it. And I'm not saying that what he's saying is wrong.
Right.
I'm saying you're not painting the whole picture. You're painting what you want people to see. That's my part about him.
Now, hold on. I'm going to let you finish. Hold on. See, he was being slick with the words because what the son said was that him and the guardian are friends.
Oh.
So he's saying that, oh, I have to go through the guardian, whatever. What the son said was, yeah, but y'all friends. So if you want something signed off, that's like me saying, hey, boy, here, you know, he gonna sign the paper. We gonna sign it and get it done. So that's what the son was saying. But go ahead, continue.
So you know, I get on here every time and I tell you I'm a social worker, and I'm empathetic, but I have a limit, right? And I would say Wendy Williams is my limit, and only because it's difficult for me. You remember the other day I said, I don't understand how it is that like the people that throw the biggest stones live in the biggest glass house on the block, right? I feel like she's a example or a representation of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you spent your career. Now you're free to do whatever you want with your life, right? But you spent your career throwing rocks at everybody, exposing everybody. And you know what? I can't tell you can't do that, right? You're a public figure. That's what you want to do with your life. That's what you want to do with your life. I would never be like, oh, well, that's what she gets, because I don't think that's fair. I do think, though, it's hard for me to have a lot of empathy for someone who spent their career disregarding whatever they were saying about other people and exposing other people. And it's one thing, like a lot of people will probably agree, well, you're a public figure, so you know you're fair game. But at the end of the day, no matter what career path you have, you're still a human being. And that should just be taken into consideration. And by extension, if I'm Beyonce and you say something about me, I might be able to take it because I'm Beyonce. I've been in the industry 30 years or whatever. But you're still by default going to affect my child, Blue Ivy, and the rest of them, right? For later. And that's my biggest problem. It's like all of the other people in her wake. Third thing I want to say is I just feel like I don't know that I trust anybody, not Wendy, not the son, not the daddy, mainly because Wendy, I didn't watch her show every single day, but I did watch a lot of it. And she would always say things like, well, you know, if someone tried to ask me for help in the industry, I'm not going to help them. And she constantly talked about how, like, Suzanne, I don't know if all of y'all watched her show, but Suzanne was always like really nice and smart and all that. And she'd be like, yeah, Suzanne could never come to my house. And I'm just like, it came across very abrasive and like dismissive. So it's harder for me to like give her a whole bunch of grace with that. But I do feel badly that she's in this situation. And it's in a way akin to like the Britney situation. Remember, everybody was like, free Britney or whatever the case may be. But it's a little different because I struggle with this, right? Because I don't like abusive people that take advantage of people. But it's the weirdest thing in the world to me that Kelvin, the daddy, when she was with him, seemingly she was healthy. She seemed normal. Apparently she wasn't smoking dope and all that. And it's like the moment she stopped with him, everything fell apart. And I feel like that is a tragedy and a travesty for all of the people who walk around saying you need to get out of abusive relationships. Can we use that word? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, then it would confuse someone who's 16 years old who's watching this. It's like, well, you said I should leave. And I look at Wendy Williams. She left and now look at her life. It's in shambles, you know? So it's a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit confusing. But I wish her the best. I'm confused about her son just because I'm like, I don't know how old is he? Is he in like his early 20s?
He's only 22. He's only 22. So see, my thing is, let me just jump in for a minute. And you know what, Tanya, I'm with you, right? I don't get all the hate for Wendy every morning. Come on now, let's speak the truth and shame the devil. Every morning, afternoon, and night, TV/radio spills the tea on celebrities. And that's a point blank in a period.
No, I don't disagree. That's why I said
right. I don't think she's just like directed at you per se. I'm just think this is all general. This is all general, and I do agree with you, Tanya. This is all general. A lot of people spill the tea on Wendy. Now, I want to just say something really quickly before I let you finish and then jump to the next person. When it comes to relationships, I don't think Wendy Williams' relationship is the goalpost are the example for anybody out there, right? And her relationship is compounded with a lot of different things. It's compounded with the fact of how Wendy Williams felt about herself before she even got with Kevin Jr., right? It's compounded with the low self-esteem. It's compounded with the fact that sometimes you are in mess so long you don't know how to get out, and the mess becomes your new norm. So she had a lot that she was dealing with. And I'm willing to bet a lot of money. I ain't gonna say everything I own, but I'm willing to bet a lot of money. Had Wendy Williams not been on TV and all of this didn't come out about Serena and the baby, she would still be with her man.
I
She
agree.
would still be with him, dealing with whatever it is she's dealing with. And she's not the only female. There are a ton of females out there that are married today. They got 3 kids, and their husband got another kid that's the same age as one of their kids, or that came in between one of their kids, and they never divorced them. So she's not doing this, is not abnormal. Plenty of people do it, but people really they like to deal with it when it's kept as a secret, so they think, or not many people truly know their business. And that's why a lot of wives, they don't want their husband to even have any contact with the outside baby, because if they do, then they would have to admit that their husband had an affair. They want to pretend like it didn't happen, but that's a whole nother lie for a whole nother day. It's a hot flaming mess, okay? But secrets keep you sick.
I agree. And you know that post I told y'all about the other day where I was like, I posted something like, pay attention to the faces of the people that watch you drown.
Mm-hmm.
I really felt when you started talking about it, came over me again. Like, it's so sad because, in my opinion, because it's just like, oh man, you don't want to see someone's downfall. The worst thing I feel like about the entertainment industry is that the world loves to build people up, build them up, and then can't wait to tear them down. And then the bullying online is really terrible. But I feel bad for the son, because I think that from the people that I know that are parents, usually for whatever reason, they have the female has a very strong relationship with the boys. Like all the people that I know that have little boys. And I know Wendy said one time on the show something about, she started crying actually, which was kind of bizarre, but she was saying about like how Kev and Lil Kev and how they went and bought shoes together. And basically what she was trying to say is they left me out of it. And what I saw from what she was trying to say was, I'm alone. You know what I mean? I feel left out. And that's a very lonely thing. And then I also want to say this last thing is that a lot of people think it takes a lot of strength. And I do think it takes a lot of strength for a woman or a person who's been cheated on to break up, get divorced and all that, because you don't want to be embarrassed in front of the world because you told everybody your life was so great. But I think it takes a different kind of strength to stay. And in her case, to stay and know that this man is over here with old girl for all of those years. Because I never knew that until like she had the baby and they was like showing them pictures of the baby she already had. I was like, oh my God, you know. But I think karma really came and got the other Kevin, because he on here begging for money now, right? And he like, oh, I'm going to lose my house and my car and all that. I don't care about him, though, at all. Like, I don't have no sympathy for him.
All right. So, Emmanuel, your thoughts?
All right. First of all, I've heard people say also, like, not just Nikki, like, but in general, there have been a lot of people who say, oh, this is Wendy's karma, whatever. I don't believe that. I think she was just doing her job, because at the end of the day, all those celebrity people, like, they rely on that stuff. You know, it's the Wendy's who talk about them that keep them relevant. So, yeah, I don't think it's her karma. But with that being said, I will say I have always given side eye to the son. And I don't know why it took him so long to finally say something. Diva, I'm sorry, but we can't say he's only 22. He's not just only 22. He's 22. He can drink, he can drive, he can live by himself in another state. He is more than capable to go and talk about his mom. If that would have been my mom, who the day those Wells Fargo's accounts were frozen, I would have been on The View. I would have been on the Today Show. I would have been everywhere I can to say, y'all need to help my mom. it took him so long, and right now that Auntie Robin said that the interview was paid for, I'm done. I'm done with it. It shouldn't have taken him this long. It's your mother. You got to get up regardless of your age and fight for her.
I'm trying not to let the train shake, but if the train not shaking, the car on my
I
seat
agree.
is shaking. Good gosh. Julius, your thoughts?
So, hey y'all, I jumped the train late, you know, at
Hey.
Lateness Boulevard in Crenshaw. My thing about that is before the whatchamacallit got up in there, the Guardian, when the boy had unlimited access to his mama, why was you abusing her money? You know, we got to call it out onto the carpet.
That part.
Okay, he was following right behind his daddy.
Ooh.
And right behind his stepmama. Listen, and that's what made Wendy spiral. And we was all concerned that the worst of the worst was gonna come. Then, by the grace of God, Wells Fargo froze those accounts. They was like, what the heck going on over here? And then, right, the courts got involved. The Guardian got appointed. And the Guardian was like, what's going on up in here? And so Wendy gave the approval to the Guardian to make the decision. I'm sure that Wendy loves her son. However, her son doesn't love her.
Oh my God.
Only what he can get from
Oh my. Whoo.
Oh my. Let's keep it real. Because Junior is the senior, just in a younger form.
Have a heart. Have a heart. Where is he? Have a heart.
Amen.
Julius, you trying to shake the train, but go ahead.
Listen, I had to shake it. You know, it's just like, you know, I seen the tremors.
Shaking the table.
Listen, I was about to throw the table. Listen, it just made me think back because that whole thing happened. Wendy's been under the guardianship for like almost a year now. And so, let's see.
Well, hold on, Julius. Hello, beautiful people said true, but he might have been trying to protect his mother image, in my humble opinion. Thank you, girlfriend. Thank you. But go ahead, Julius. You shaking the train. He love his mother. Wendy's son needs to consult with an attorney who can help him get guardianship of Wendy. That way the son can protect Wendy from those leeches. Hello.
But also, I think even though like I want mother and son to reunite, let me clarify. But he needs to distance himself from his father. Because his father may be using him to get back in touch with that money. Think about all the statements he done made.
So Julius, let me throw this in there on behalf of Kevin, on behalf of Kevin Jr. Hold on one second. Harry, thank you so much for the super chat. I truly appreciate it. So let me just, I'm shaking inside. I'm shaking inside because listen, Kevin said in the article, he said they wanted me to be on that reality show that they was doing. And I said, no, they even was going to give me producer credits. If this kid was worried about just the money, he would have did the show.
But my thing about it is he brought up the reality show. What reality show? We didn't hear about that the public. Well, all we know
they filming it though.
All we know about is the podcast. I ain't hear about no reality show.
You didn't have to hear about it, but Will Selby did say that he spoke to Kev about it. So there it's a truth in that.
maybe he didn't want to do it because he's a private person.
That part.
Not everybody want to be out on TV to be judged by the world.
Right.
We've never seen him at all.
Yeah.
Except for that
But see, that's exactly my point, though, Shan. If he was so desperate for money, he would have just went ahead and did it.
But technically, Diva, Kevin Sr. was also desperate for money. We never saw him in the Wendy Williams show up in the camera. They just cared about the money.
No, Emmanuel, he didn't need it then because he was still married to Wendy. And he had access to her bank account.
Because he was her manager then, right?
Yes, he was.
Can I offer something different?
Hold on, guys. I got to get Radiance in the building. Radiance, what is your thoughts on this topic? Because I'm shaking.
It's always hard to follow any of this stuff because all these people just sound so untrustworthy, and we get in bits and pieces. But I will say that I don't think the son has malicious intent by doing the interview.
Amen.
Maybe like Emmanuel said, maybe if he came forth sooner. But I think he was trying to protect the image and the legacy of Wendy Williams.
Amen.
And he grew up sheltered, so he wasn't trying to put all their business out in the streets. That would go against what his mother had taught him. So I do think he eventually had to do something because he already got kicked out of his $2 million apartment. So what money does he have? So yes, number one, he wants his mother to get help and the world to know it, but also he needs funds. Where is he living? He ain't living with his father. So I think it's interesting that Kevin, the big Kevin, he may not have been a good husband and good father, but he was doing his PR thing because we didn't know about any of this until they started separating, breaking up, and the child out of wedlock came and all that stuff. So he might didn't do much else, but he did his PR stuff. And this new guy apparently need to take some lessons for him because he's not giving the same energy. He said when we sought him out to help her, well, he needs to actually help her and let it be help for her wellness, and just shut down everything, shut down production, stop trying to do podcasts and prop her up and girl, we bringing you back out and you're gonna get your talk show back. Just let the glory days live and focus on her health and her wellness and her mental health at this time.
Amen. You done spoke a whole word. Amen. We could say, see, the thing is, everything about a person is not all bad. Kevin Sr. had some good qualities to him, for lack of a better word, right? He did keep her out of the out. You didn't know how bad her alcohol problem and all her other issues were when it was under Kevin Sr. watch. I believe, but this is just me believing this. Remember when she fell out on that Halloween show when she was the Statue of Liberty? She was having problems then.
When she passed out, yeah.
I went to the show in person, and literally the day I had went one time, they was holding her up and trying to walk her in the audience so she could do that question in the audience. And I said,
you was there?
Not the day that the Statue of Liberty. I'm talking about I had went there another day. I went to Wendy Williams show a lot.
Oh.
So I know when she was in the glory days.
Yeah.
Down to the bitter end when things wasn't going so well.
Right.
And she did, and it wasn't good towards the end. And it started way before I even knew that her and Kevin was breaking up and that the side chick was pregnant and all of that. So all I'm saying is Kevin Sr., he was good with the publicity when it came to Wendy Williams. And this Will Selby, you said it best, Radiance. He need to do what he's supposed to be doing. Do better. And you want to talk about ask how Wendy Williams doing? Well, how is she doing? Well, when you took her to a strip club and she had an alcohol problem. Diva, he was also protecting and so she was the money maker. She sunk the whole ship sinks. That is true, Lizzie. I ain't gonna lie. That's true. That's true. He knew how to protect the cash cow. Now, I ain't saying he was perfect. He knew how to protect the cash cow. Let's move on to the next story because we spent
wait, Diva, can I say one thing before we move on?
Yes, you can.
We've had a lot of different things, but I want to offer something that's counter to what I said. One thing that we may be doing is putting a little bit too much on Kevin Jr. Maybe he does not have the capacity to handle the situation. It's quite mighty of us to assume that he should act or behave a certain way, that he knows how to call upon different resources. Because I will remind us all, we've never heard him speak.
Right.
We saw him maybe once or twice in camera, and that's it.
What do you mean capacities?
He may not be intellectually able to handle this. He may not be articulate enough. He may not have the academic nor street sense.
He was in college in Florida.
Do you
networking?
Emmanuel, there's a difference. You can be college educated and college trained. I keep telling y'all, you can pay for a degree. I can tell you a lot of stories. We won't go there now because Diva want to move on. But trust and believe, just because you went to school, don't mean that you are in receipt and able to absorb, retain knowledge and information.
Amen. I need to get a gavel. Amen.
No.
Amen. Listen,
I'll get you a gavel for Christmas.
Listen.
Order.
Let me say this. Every 21-year, 22-year-old, 70-year-old, 80-year-old is not equal. Age is just a number.
Right.
And I will say this. I'll admit this because listen, no parent is perfect. Listen, my son, my goddaughter, which him and my son, her and my son are very close. If it wasn't for her, my son sometime would be lost in these streets. Okay, and that's my fault. But she be like, no, you got to do this, you got to go here, whatever the case may be. So everybody is not equal in terms of what they're prepared to do at any given age. Trent, thank you for the super chat. He said, Portia from Roa is a college graduate. See, Trent always comes through with the mess.
That's shady. That was shady.
Can I say one thing, Diva?
You can say one thing, then I'm moving on. Go ahead. Yes.
I was gonna say I agree with Auntie. I forget her name.
Robin.
I was just gonna say that from my understanding, a lot of industry people will tell you, just like your lawyer will tell you, just shut up, because you will make it worse. And especially if he's young, he may not be versed in media and that type of thing. So it's like it's probably best that he didn't say anything. And my opinion is he probably finally said, I have to say something. That's what I think happened. I think he just finally was like, I need to speak up, but didn't have the words all this time. That's just all I wanted to say.
Yeah, I don't think his interview was bad though, but I think it is that he didn't know what else to do. He can't get in contact with his mother. They're estranged right now, but he is hearing different things. He's seeing these pictures and he knows that is not his mother. You never call Wendy Williams in no paparazzi publication or none of that. You never did. But when her downfall came, all of these pictures showed up. And somebody wrote, if they really loved her, they wouldn't let her be seen out with her legs like that in those different outfits looking a hot mess.
Oh, the shorts.
The shorts. But we're
Can
going
I
to
say
carry
one
on.
thing before you move on from Wendy?
Yes, of course you
I
can.
love Wendy. I don't think she did anything wrong. Like, I don't think it's her karma.
Right.
She reported the news and commented on the news. Just like what we're doing now. Like, just talking about what's out there. She was just a little more shady and a little more,
messy.
Extra. And a little more messy. Thank you, Denzel.
Yes. That part. So, okay. So let's move on. Okay, we're moving on. We wish Wendy well. We wish Kevin Hunter Jr. well. Okay. We wish him well. And that's all. We're going to move on from that story. So let's move on. Our next story is, let's do Al Pacino really quickly, okay? Al Pacino's 83 and he's a hot mess. And I just want to know, do these men ever grow up? You want to be with a PYT. She's 29 years old, okay? She got pregnant. Now, this girl was 6 months pregnant, and he's talking about he didn't even know she was pregnant. Huh? The baby had to be kicking and everything. I mean, just a mess. And then he gonna talk about, he can't. The oldest trick in the book talking about he has some condition where he can't get people pregnant. Huh? Okay, well, she was pregnant. He asked her for a paternity test, and guess what? He is the father. All right, he's the father. You want to mess with a PYT, and she got you all caught up at 29, and you 83. That's on you, Al. Al Pacino, 83, asked Noor, that's the girlfriend, 29, for a paternity test over doubts he was the father. But when the test came back, you are the father. So Al Pacino allegedly asked his girlfriend Noor for a paternity test when she shared that she was pregnant with his fourth child. Not the fourth child with her, but his fourth child, period. Okay? The legendary actor allegedly didn't believe the baby was his at first. A representative for Pacino and Fox, they didn't want to answer at the time. But anyway, TMZ reported that Noor, who is now 8 months pregnant, willingly took the paternity test. You know why? Because she knew what she did. She kept hopping on him until she got pregnant, which ruled that Pacino is indeed the father. He reportedly was not aware. Heck, come on, Pacino. If you ain't even aware that this chick was pregnant, are you going to be aware when this baby come out? Okay, was pregnant 2 months ago and was shocked after learning the news, a source told the outlet. He's sitting in his walking chair talking about, oh my God, she pregnant? I cannot right now. Look at Al. Look at Al. Al, are you ready? The baby's going to be here soon.
Lord, he looked like he's 5 days older than dirt. Look at him. Lord have mercy.
Oh, that was shade.
This is dumb. He looked like her grandfather.
Grandpa.
Great
grandfather.
Uh-huh.
She's standing there. And this girl, she got a hit. And listen, wait, let me tell you, see, the PYTs, they too much business. They get the business. This chick right here, Noor, she giving the other baby mama, this one right here, she giving her the business. He got twins with this one right here. And Noor is giving her the business. This woman said right here, I want to say, what's her name? I forgot her name real quick. But anyway, she said her and Al Pacino was co-parenting well and having a good time and fine until that darn Noor came in the picture. Okay? Beverly is her name. That Noor got in the picture, and Noor is messing up the whole co-parenting situation that they have. And Al, because he's all whipped by this girl, he's letting it go down. Do better, Al.
Can you see what, in my opinion, said?
What'd she say?
She wrote, this is elder abuse.
It is. It's elder abuse. It's elder abuse. We're going to go ahead and start at the top. But you know what my thing is, Robin? You got the nerve. No paternity test. The baby is yours. What are your thoughts?
I'm a flip what, in my opinion, said, and I'm gonna call it child abuse.
Oh.
Because looking forward, what kind of life do you plan for this child? That you, anytime we know that men have the ability and capability of fathering children at all points in their lives, unlike us women. Mm-hmm. The fact that he would be well over 100 years old once a child comes to the age of maturity. I think it's selfish and it's self-centered. And I don't want little, what's her name? Noor. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see down the line in 20 years her saying, I'm a single mother.
Well, she's not. You know what? When I read about her, she likes her billionaires. Before she got with Al, she dated Mick Jagger for a little while.
But she have a baby with Mick?
No, she likes it because Mick probably he ain't that.
No, I'm talking about how some women come off and they're like, I was a single mother, like they act like they're victims, right? They're not, and she's clearly putting herself in this position willingly, and that is not a disparagement for the record on people who are single parents. I'm just saying that this seems nefarious.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. No, she don't care because he's going to be a Pacino, this little Pacino. Okay, the baby gonna have money. She don't give a darn. Leo, what are your thoughts?
You know what? I don't know if y'all remember Julio Iglesias.
Yes.
His father, that's either the senior's name. Either one. He had a baby. He made a baby like at 93, and this was years ago.
Oh my!
Years ago. And so that's when I did a little bit of research or whatever. But yes, you're absolutely right. Men can make babies at all ages. Mm-hmm. This young little 29-year-old, she slipped up and caught a bag. I mean, even after this man is gone, it's going to be a part, if she play her cards right, it's going to be a part of her estate, a part of his estate that will still come to her. She will be remarried to another billionaire. She is 29 years old.
Mhm.
By the time he kicked the bucket, she'll be 39, 45. That's still young.
Yeah.
That's still young.
Yeah.
And she'll still have a bag. I
Yeah.
think she played her cards well.
Yeah. Yeah. That baby gonna come out with one gray hair. Denzel, what's your thoughts?
It's a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
And he knew that was his child.
He knew.
He knew she was pregnant. Like, what is he doing? Like,
Yeah.
it's a hot mess.
It's a hot mess. Thank you, Denzel. We can move on. Julius, what are your thoughts?
What does this man think was gonna happen when you do the bump and grind? But
He
like
said it
also
wasn't
like
working. He said it wasn't working.
but like the song say there ain't nothing wrong with the little bump and grind. Well, he ended up getting her pregnant, so he didn't see nothing wrong when it came to the bump and grind.
That part.
He need to get off that Viagra.
That part. Viagra, baby. Some Viagra babies coming through strong. All right, now, Emmanuel, what are your thoughts?
We're not gonna disrespect Tony Montana like that, okay? He did nothing wrong. He was having some fun, and this chick, I mean, you know what? She wanted to be with this guy, and now she says she's pregnant. And you know what? He knows his body, so if he wanted to know if that baby was his, that's his right, because that's a lot of money that he could be losing or whatever. So good on him for asking for a paternity test. This chick, though, I mean, really, that's what you're gonna do? You're just gonna go sleep with? You're 30. You're gonna go sleep with 80-year-olds? I mean, good luck if that's what you're gonna do, I guess. But yeah.
Now, if this girl was black, would y'all be calling her all kind of names? We ain't about to go down that path, but I hear you, Virgin Love 8. Nikki, what are your thoughts?
Usher confessions. You know that part at the beginning where he's like, no, tell me you lying or something like that. When she called him up and tell him she got a baby or whatever. I'm like, I've always said this since I was 15 years old. I'm like, if you're not having protected sex, you're trying to have a baby. I don't understand why, if you had unprotected sex with someone, you're confused about whether or not it could possibly be your baby. On one hand. On the other hand, you are a celebrity. You are a person of means. I didn't know he was a billionaire. Just saying.
No, I don't know. I don't know if he is. I'm just saying that
okay.
she likes to date money. She dates money.
Okay.
And she dates older money. Yeah.
Well, listen, I support this message because Toni Braxton said, no, next time I'm not dating for love. I'm dating for. I agree, because you want what you want from me. I want what I want from you. And I don't see nothing wrong with that. For the people that get down like that. For me, that wouldn't work. But I'm just saying in general. But I think he has to protect himself, if that makes sense. So I'm not mad at him that he wanted to get a paternity test. I just don't know why can't y'all just go get the paternity test over there? Why everybody gotta know? Like, I don't know.
Why did he get a vasectomy or something like that? If you can't be mad when 1 + 1 make 2.
That part.
I mean, she's 29 years old. What you think finna happen?
And about this, but his problem was, though, Leo, he claimed that that's why he was shocked. That's the only reason why he asked for the paternity test, because he felt like he was shooting blanks. But the doctor
wow. Well, Al Pacino need to read a book. That's his problem. I am so sorry he is misinformed. Read a book. Do your Google.
Yeah, do your Google. EB says who knows if Al Pacino is still rich. He hasn't made a movie in a long time.
Oh
no, he just did one with Robert De Niro not too long ago.
He did?
But that's not what he made his money off of. Honestly, when it came to the Godfather films that he did that really made him famous, he had written in his contract of the royalties that came in at that particular time. Because he had did Carlito's Way. I'm just saying, he was in the industry in that way. He was that dude. He was that dude.
I just searched says his net worth is 120 million.
Oh.
Oh wow.
So yeah, because of those contracts.
Yeah. Okay. He got money. He ain't broke. She ain't messing with a broke, Yeah,
Kanye.
He's not broke.
He got money.
He got money. Where Al Pacino live?
You want that money, Diva?
Oh, good gosh.
You gonna go running in his neighborhood?
He's gonna be the next baby mama.
Y'all laughing.
Babies gonna be
He would get his holler on. If he could get up over there, he'd holler.
He might like chocolate.
Oh my God. Ooh, child.
What are your thoughts, Dustin? Are you there, Dustin? All right, we about to move on.
I'm right here.
Okay, what are your thoughts? Al Pacino want the paternity test, 83. Just take care of the baby. Stop.
I don't agree with the paternity test. That's his kid, and that's his kid, and that's all I'm gonna say.
That's it. Point blank. Period. The kid is yours.
Yeah.
Radiance, what are your thoughts?
I stand with Al Pacino. Let's do the paternity test. Like he's at a certain age, his memory ain't what it used to. So he with this hot young thing. He don't even remember doing the do. So she probably went down there in his genital area and skeeted it out herself. I don't trust.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Radiance.
The train is off the track. It's off the track. It is off the track.
I don't trust how it happened. So I'm with Al Pacino. Like, when did this happen? He has no recollection of it. He don't remember being up in her like this. So he's trying to figure out when this happened. He said he don't remember her being pregnant. He didn't see it. His eyes are probably not the way it used to. So she still looked this slim to him, or maybe she tried to hide the pregnancy to some point till she made sure she was gonna have a baby, then blow up and make sure she get her money. She wanted to make sure the baby was gonna be successful and come through all the trimesters before she wanted to document everything. And so I'm with Al Pacino. I mean, it's his and he gonna pay for it, but I stand with him. Make sure that baby yours, Al.
Woo, child. In my opinion, what are your thoughts? Al Pacino being messy, talking about he want a paternity test, and she.
Listen, I'm finna shake the train, Diva. I'm with Radiance down here. Let me tell you something. I believe that little young thing. She tired of dating. Okay, she said I'm finna get me a cash cow. She probably got a turkey baster, and that's why Al don't remember it. She got a turkey baster. She probably sucked that man so good. You know what I'm saying? Put that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna turkey baste this in a minute. That's why he don't remember it. Let me tell y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's really these young girls that's really out here on these older people. Okay, I have to watch my dad. I already told him. My mama left here. Now all you gotta do is leave here. Y'all made that contract to death do us for. Your death gonna have to come on, buddy. I'm just telling you, cause ain't no more coming here, okay? Ain't nobody else getting none of the money, okay? Ain't nobody gonna mess up me and my baby's inheritance. I'm telling you that.
Especially when okay. So Al Pacino, from what it looks like, the people are proud of you. They're saying you had every right to get a paternity test. I'm calling you shady, but I don't rule the roost over here. Hey, Juice Radio, the people said you was right. You needed to get this paternity test. I'm gonna say this, Al, because when a chick is 8 months pregnant, and you said you didn't realize she was pregnant until 2 months ago when she was already 6 months pregnant. You shouldn't be pulling that thing out your pants and doing it with nobody.
That part.
Ain't no man go do that, Diva. Stop it.
You don't even realize nobody's pregnant. Come on now, she's 6 months pregnant. Go ahead.
And she turkey basted that baby. That's why he knows. He's like, wait a minute, we wasn't even doing that then.
A turkey baster.
I want to say my sister-in-law, who has 4 children, and she's still skinny. Don't look like she had one. With her first baby, we drove to the house, and we were all under the impression she's 6 months pregnant. And literally, when she was coming out of the house, we pulling up in the driveway, and me and my husband's best friend was in the back seat. We were like, Are we sure she's pregnant? Because her stomach was still flat. I don't understand it still to this day. So I just have to say, I don't know about this lady, but I was completely shocked that she was supposedly
I will say this.
Wow.
A lot of first pregnancies, the females really don't pop until later on. But I'm still, Al, I'm still not going for it. The baby still moves in that belly. Like, come on, Al. So you shouldn't be doing
paying that close attention. He's not paying that close attention, Diva. He's not paying that close of attention to her like that. He's not paying. He's not. He's not.
I'm mad at him. Listen, I'm still mad at him, but we're gonna move on to our next story. Al, I guess we gotta say congratulations. Is he gonna have a gender review party?
Good job, Mr. Man.
Elder abuse. Elder abuse.
No.
Somebody in the comments said they both gonna be in diapers. Him and
You
the
can't,
child.
you can't be riding granddaddy pony.
Oh,
You can't be riding
diapers.
granddaddy pony.
Now that one was good. That one was good.
Listen, okay, the baby shower and whatnot. He's gonna take pictures, kissing her belly. Come on, what is going on here? This is a mess.
Ain't no way. Not a player like Al Pacino. No way.
Al Pacino.
All right, listen. Yes, congratulations, Al. Okay, congratulations, Robert De Niro. And you know what? I might as well just tag on this story really quick. Congratulations to Bill Murray because he's dating Khalees. I promise you. This is the year of the senior citizens.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Her milkshake.
I'm confused. Khalees had a baby by another old man?
No. Khalees didn't have a baby. She's dating Bill Murray. That's what they're saying. And all I'm saying is we ain't even because they're not on the agenda at all. I'm just saying that shout out. This is the year. Look at they're dating.
Stop it.
Oh, wow.
Senior citizens.
This has to be fake. I don't believe this at all.
Yeah. And they both are they might be trauma bonding because his estranged ex-wife died and her husband died. Her husband was only 37.
The good-looking man.
Yeah.
He was extreme. Oh.
Yeah. He was only 37. He has stomach cancer.
Yeah,
so
that's sad.
She's going through it. And the rumor is they're dating. And I'm just telling you, shout out to the senior citizens. This 2023 is the year.
How old is he?
Bill Murray, 70 something.
Oh.
He looked like 4 days older than that.
He's 72. Okay.
72.
But they not on the agenda, and we're gonna carry on. But Bill Murray's ex-wife that passed away, she accused him of some heinous things.
Oh.
Really?
Oh yeah. Abuse,
what?
Verbal, physical, sexual. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, she accused him of some things. Okay, so let's get on to our next story. I don't know, most of you probably too young. Good Times. You heard of the show Good Times?
I watched it. I watched it.
Anytime you want free.
Okay.
I haven't.
You know what? You ain't lying. The senior citizens aren't playing. Martha Stewart out here running her mouth. I told y'all this the year.
What did Cher do?
Cher was dating the young buck.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The young buck.
Oh, you thought Bill Murray was racist?
Who said that? Oh, what?
Yeah, I don't know. But listen, this is their year. This is their year. Senior citizens, get outside. You're winning in 2023.
We're gonna keep the senior citizens in. There's a reason why they getting robbed by the little young girls. Stay inside, senior citizens. Stay inside.
So y'all are winning. This is your year. So let's get into our next story. Hold on, let me bring this up, okay?
I have a whole headache.
Everybody want to take advantage of the senior citizens. So John Amos, he's hospitalized. The daughter claims elder abuse. And the John Rep says that she is lying. Now
she had a GoFundMe.
Why she had a GoFundMe? So they said we spoke to John Amos. who tells us the details laid out by his daughter Shannon Amos are a lie. Ugh. No one is abusing him, and he hasn't been fighting for his life. He says he's got no idea as to why Shannon may have started the GoFundMe. As for the hospitalization, John's ref, Belinda Foster, tells us he's been in the hospital because his lower body was filling with fluid all the way to his abdomen and causing issues with his heart. Foster says doctors have been able to drain all of it, and John recently started feeling 100%. Good time star in America's Dad, John Amos, was left fighting for his life in the hospital after falling victim to elder abuse and possible financial crimes, according to his daughter. Shannon Amos just made the shocking announcement saying she got a distressing call from her dad last month. See, this is like you're saying, we don't know who's telling the truth. Who informed her he was in the hospital in Memphis. Shannon says she was able to get John on a quick FaceTime as she was out of the country before his pain became unbearable. Okay? Shannon says in the last weeks, the Amos family has learned that 83-year-old had fallen victim to elder abuse and financial exploitation. That was James Evans. Okay? Remember Good Times? She doesn't give details as to who is involved, only saying a caregiver or what exactly happened to Amos, but does note his home has been violated, stripped of anything valuable. She also says the family is working with Colorado Bureau of Investigations and cops to get justice. Okay? Now, what it says, in an attempt to help her dad recovery and help bring those allegedly responsible to justice, Shannon set up a GoFundMe with a $500K goal. Shannon says the money will be used for John's care, legal fees, and aftercare, okay? While many would say John's biggest role was James in Good Time, he also starred in Roost and was on The West Wing. We reached out to Shannon for additional details. So far, no word back. Well, guess what? Diva did. Diva reached out to Shannon too. And guess what Shannon said? Shannon said that she's about to make a statement tomorrow because of all the negative press. Now, she didn't go into any further detail, but she said tomorrow she's making a statement. So we'll hear from Shannon tomorrow. But right now, we're here to analyze, dissect the best we can this situation. I'm going to start at the bottom this time. In my opinion, what are your thoughts?
Listen here, that grown woman is not lying. If she said something that's happening to her daddy, I believe it. You got to be a spokesperson for your family. That lady is way too old to be playing games with any of y'all. Okay, she worried about her daddy. She out of the country. She get a phone call that said he in stress. And yeah, of course, that's going to drive anybody crazy. If I get a phone call now, okay, I don't care if I got Ike and Mikey 20 miles, okay, I'm going to find out about my daddy. Okay, no.
That's right. So you know what? In my opinion, what you're saying is team daughter, team what's his name? Johnny.
Yeah, that family is not lying for. Let me tell you something. What would that woman have to lie about?
Right.
Why would she bring all this out and include the police and everything?
And we ain't never heard nothing from her. And she's doing an investigation with the police.
Yeah, yep. I hear that. Smoke, what are your thoughts?
I don't know. This one, I'm kind of like, I'm on the fence with it because I'm like, I don't know. Is he saying nothing's happening because he's afraid whoever is coming after him might try to retaliate behind closed doors? So he's trying to like quell that. Or is the daughter trying to have a money grab and she felt like daddy neglected her early years and she's trying to get her cash? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Right.
I would hope someone wouldn't lie about that, but then again, I am just gonna wait for more details to come out. I'm honestly gonna wait for Florida to come and speak on this. We need Florida Evans to give a testimony.
Florida has passed on, baby.
I know that I'm being sarcastic.
Ooh, all right now, okay. I hear you. We need more details. Dustin, what are your thoughts? Do you think the daughter has good intentions? What's going on here?
I think the daughter has good intentions. She's just looking out for her dad.
There you go. Okay, Nikki, what are your
Another
thoughts?
thing I wanted to
Yes.
add is how long has he been in the hospital now?
They didn't really give us all the details.
I want some more details.
Oh, so yeah, well, maybe we'll hear from her tomorrow. Somebody said the last she heard, his son was the caregiver. Oh, the plot thickens. Ugh. Woo.
If you hear anything tomorrow, you're gonna go live tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'll go live tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it. Okay, Nikki, what are your thoughts?
My auntie, this actually happened to my auntie, her father. She had put him in a home here in Houston. You know how you go through and you try to put him in the best home you can afford or whatever. And he did end up with bed sores, and that's like really bad. And she sued them, and she got over $1 million for that. It's unfortunate, but this is not anything unusual. Unfortunately, I mean, it's the people, unfortunately, that they pay to take care of people like in senior citizen homes or people who can't do for themselves, total care type people. They don't pay them, but like literally minimum wage. I know this because I used to supervise these type of people. So it's very, 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 very common for that type of thing to happen. I feel bad for the daughter because unfortunately, if these allegations that people throwing out there are incorrect, it's unfortunate because people will believe a lie way before they believe the truth. And so it's like, even if she comes out and even if she proves what she's saying is what other people are saying about her is a lie, people unfortunately will still be like, well, I don't know, you know what I mean? So that part is unfortunate because once it's out there, it's in the air forever. Mm-hmm. And one other thing I just want to say, I don't know if you guys ever watched this movie called I Care a Lot, and it talks about how, I think this was actually a true story, but how these people, they have this organization and they like target elderly people who are doing just fine in their lives. You saw that? They're doing just fine in their lives, and then they become caregiver. They give documents to the court basically saying these people aren't able to take care of themselves. And then I don't want to give everything away because it's a really very well done movie about the actuality of how you can come in, put someone under guardianship that doesn't need it, and then take all their money.
That movie was actually a very good movie. That's right, JL. I almost forgot. Damn. Okay.
Damn.
Damn. Okay. Julius, what are your thoughts?
Me as a caregiver, I can sympathize with the daughter. Mm-hmm. I am gonna wait for more details. I want more details to come out because I mean, that's Mr. Evans right there.
That part.
Someone need to call Velma. I heard she went on to become a lawyer or something. Someone call Velma. Or
JJ. You know what though? I will say this, that there are family members that will take care of, older family members just for the money and just to take their stuff and just to take advantage of them. I have a family member that, took care of the mom and kept the mom from her own siblings. It was a mess. It was a whole hot mess.
That's messed up.
It is very messed up. And the funeral was entertaining, to say the least. It was a mess. Because that was the first time. I'll cut the story short and said we were told the funeral was one day, but the funeral happened the day before, and we was just invited to the burial.
Say what now?
What?
Now that's messy.
I promise you.
No way, Diva.
I promise you. And so nobody got to see. Only people that got to see, the funeral and the open casket was whoever was invited that day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's messed up because
that's messed up.
Yeah, when you go to the burial, they're not opening the casket. And all I want to say is this: one person there was like, "Open it up."
Wow.
Of course, it wouldn't be a funeral if nobody yelled that.
Child, but when you don't let the person get to see their loved one at the last rites, that's not right.
Yeah, you don't do that. Like really,
we need Janet Jackson on this.
I know people are I need to go. I'll come back to you, Nikki. I gotta go to Radiance. Radiance, what are your thoughts?
Somebody said, somebody put a comment and said Bill Murray is racist, and I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I stand with Khalees. If she's directly making sure she gets her reparations, then go black woman, go black community.
Radiance, get out of the drinking car now.
That part. She's on red form tonight. That part.
Water for me only.
Wow.
Water for me only. Here on out.
Oh my God.
Okay, but his daughter, John Amos' daughter, I think she has good intentions.
Mhm.
There's no telling how long she's been trying to talk to her brother since he's the main caregiver, talk to the facility. Now she has to go public because she's not getting the results she needs. So you have to advocate for your family. I've had family members in nursing homes, some unfortunately were unalive from nursing home abuse. So you do have to advocate for those people, whether she in the country or out the country. I'm with her. I think she has good intentions, and I believe her. You know, she's innocent until proven guilty.
That part, right? Yeah. Did y'all see that show, Riches? What did it come on Netflix? Good show. That's another good. It was like a little mini series. Really good mini series. Yes, I do remember that. Good show. Denzel, what are your thoughts on this situation?
It's a hot mess. It's messy. I feel sorry for John Amos, and I feel sorry for his daughter.
Mhm.
I do believe her, and I think his is it his staff?
We don't really know. I'm gonna look out for her response tomorrow.
Well, his representatives, whatever. I think they lying, but I believe his daughter. Now the question is, why do she need a GoFundMe?
Because you know what, to do things are expensive. I don't know what his finances look like, because when Good Times was out, that's not the day and age where the TV stars made that type of money, right? And I don't know what their royalty checks look like, if they even get them. So he came out a little earlier before, the negotiations for being on these shows and something like that was different. The son is AC Amos. I'm gonna look him up, Shan.
Where's the son?
Well, I don't know. We gotta wait for more details to come out.
Okay.
But in terms of the money, to probably maybe move him to where she's at and to find out everything that's going on, she probably needs this money, and she probably needs a lawyer to help her, do things. Because the thing is, you can't, just because it's your parent, you can't necessarily do stuff. You have to have a power of attorney, and you got to do a whole lot of stuff to be able to have rights to speak on your parents' behalf.
Exactly.
And to maybe move money, move done. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Exactly. I hope he gets better.
I hope so too, because that sounds serious. Fluid that was filling up all the way up to your abdomen.
Yeah, to his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is serious.
Congestive heart failure.
Mm.
Poor circulation. He's probably immobile, not moving, so the fluid's collected.
Wow.
Yeah. How old is he, Diva?
I want to say
born in 1939.
Come on, Robin, with the facts.
Wow.
Stop it, honey. Yeah, so do the math on that, somebody, and then we'll
get back to us.
Yeah, and get back to us.
84. He's 84.
He's 84. Ooh, okay. He's my dad age. My dad age. Okay.
No.
Leo, what are your thoughts?
Oh wow! So I do believe the daughter in some form or capacity, because she's not even in the country. I don't even think it's about the money.
Right.
I don't know if everybody on the panel really remembers, but Norman Lear was a comedic genius.
Yes.
He took certain things that was made during that time, like Good Times and All in the Family and Jeffersons. None of those shows could get made in 2023. I'm just how it is.
So you know
would
what?
never get made. It was funny as I don't know what.
Yeah, give it up for Norman Lear. What's his name again? Because he definitely
Norman Lear.
Yeah, he definitely definitely was a genius. Yeah, those shows are iconic. Even the way that they address racial issues and all of that. Now, because we so woke, God forbid you even try to do a show like that, people would drop dead. Okay, they would.
Yes, they would.
People so sensitive.
So sensitive.
Yes, they would.
Even they said living color could never even be done today because people
Yep,
lose their mind. It's like we
they
gotta
would.
up and understand that everything. Thank you, Norman Lear copied. Oh, Cat. All right, Cat. We trying to give this man his flowers. And she said the man done copy from other shows. Go ahead, Leo. I cannot. The people be cutting up.
But everybody is inspired. But how he did so many shows.
Yes.
And also, too, it wasn't just about. Yes, he had his bias slants. I'm not going to negate that, but he still put Black folks to work. They also created other platforms.
Yeah.
So it's everything ain't all good and everything ain't all bad.
Right. Come on now. Yes. No, Archie Bunker, they wouldn't allow it to happen today, Miss Mac, at all. And it's a shame. I love
all in the family.
I love Archie Bunker. I don't know if he made the show, but the what's that couple? The Odd Couple. For whatever reason, I love that show. Love that show. Love the Odd Couple. I love
Carl Reiner, I believe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Maud.
Yeah. Yeah, Men on Film. Yes, Men on Film. Okay, 2 snaps or whatever else.
Unheard of Zorro snap in Z formation.
Yep.
Woo! I mean, those were the shows.
Yeah, they legendary.
They were so good and they were written so intelligently. Like the shows that come out now, people be trying to play on y'all intelligence. I'm trying to tell y'all that stuff be wild. It was so smart, funny and smart.
That part.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, how he had the Jeffersons, how he had a biracial couple. I mean, this definitely a genius. Definitely
a genius.
And there has not been really good TV in a long time. Okay, we need some of these players like that again.
That's what the reality TV tries to be like the Norman Lear sitcoms of old were. They're claiming to be reality TV, when in fact the Norman Lear sitcoms were in fact all about our social constructs as well as all the culture wars. They addressed them head on. And while they were they were very much rooted in our reality.
Yeah.
Kat got feelings about him. She said he took credit for other folks' work. Not right.
She gotta tell us.
Okay. What now? What?
Well, we're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go. Carol O'Connor, who played Archie Bunker, was an amazing man. Yeah, I like that show, Archie Bunker. Robin, what are your thoughts?
Mm-hmm. Well, as relates to John Amos, I'm going to reserve comment because I don't know enough about it.
Okay.
I'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Sanford and Son. Yes, I love Sanford.
Maud.
Yeah. Barney Miller or Taxi. Yes.
Those are great shows.
Great show.
Legendary.
And the intros to them shows was everything. Boy, the theme song. Okay.
Moving on up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kat, you are not getting off of Norman Lear's.
Can you please tell us who?
She ain't playing tonight.
Kat, can you please qualify your assertions? Give us something.
Yeah, so we can research it and come back.
She told us to look it up. All right, now, Kat. Okay, listen.
Oh, Kat, you giving us an assignment?
She's saying
look it up. Look it up. Where?
Hold on now. Brown Eyes is coming in. She said the scripts were written by Black people.
What?
Hold on, guys. You know what though? There's people that create the shows and they're not writing all the scripts. I'm not trying to give them a pass. I'm just saying. Hands down, Sanford and Son, I still watch today. Yes, I love that show. Tyler Perry shows are good to me. Okay. That's My Mama. Yes, that's right. I forgot about that show. Oscar and Felix. Yeah. I just feel like shows now, we don't get that same feel at all. Anybody
it don't feel the same.
Punky Brewster?
Never watched.
Yeah.
I love that show.
No, I never
think
seen
fell in
that.
love with Punky Brewster. It's spot is way beyond your time, Denzel. It's like,
Oh,
Diva.
Yes.
The last time TV shows or even sitcoms were good as a whole were probably up until the late 90s, maybe. Even I'll give the early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Maybe
I,
the
yes,
90s.
I will agree with you. I
Yeah.
love Living Single.
Living Single?
I did too.
Living Single?
Moesha,
Yes.
Parker.
Sister.
Cat needs to come at us about the construct and the relationship between what Friends was and Living Single. Bring us that, Cat.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole different conversation.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
Fighting words.
Martin.
Martin. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. I love Martin.
Girlfriend.
You kissed me like you did that light-skinned
Oh,
girl.
wait. We getting help here. Wait, we're part of our homework assignment is being helping us here. Google Norman Lear and Eric. Is his name
Eric Monty? Yes, he was one of the creators. He was also a producer, and he was also who. Wait a minute, Eric. He was. Eric
They say he filed Eric filed a lawsuit against Norman.
Oh, he did.
Oh wow.
All right. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna do homework.
I'm gonna look it up myself too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up too.
A Different World. Girlfriends was an excellent
Girlfriends.
show. I'm not getting this anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, wait, hold on,
Yeah,
guys.
Girlfriends
Hold
was
on.
a good show.
They said and Norman Lear also stole from that man. Oh, good gosh. All right.
Wow.
Here we go. Look up Eric Monty. He claims that Norman Lear stole the Jeffersons from him. It's probably true.
I believe it.
So they were black, correct?
No, they were white.
No, the people that claim to write it that got stole.
I gotta come back to you after I look it up. Wait, Sheila, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Sheila.
Hey, Sheila.
That allowing strangers as caregivers to come into your home puts you in a vulnerable position. That is facts. Also, it's a known fact that Norman stole creative ideas from people of color. All right.
That is crazy.
Leo.
Stealing from our black people.
Wait, hold on. Leo, you got to take the flowers back. We tried to give this man some flowers, and the people stopped on them. They stopped on them.
They said, not on my watch.
Not on my watch.
Let's dig them up and put them in the marsh.
Out of order.
Shred them. We'll go ahead and shred them.
But
I'm going to look that up.
This is not.
For the super chat, Carrie. Let me see. Eric Monty would pitch the shows, and Norman Lear would steal his ideas. Wow.
Wow, that is messed up.
Others kept working with him. You know why? Probably because in that time it was a good salary and they didn't know what else to do. I will say this though. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I will say this.
But I believe it though.
Right.
I believe
it. I do too.
Here's the thing though. If you work for Gucci and you sitting down and you say, "Hey Gucci, why don't you put the belt over here versus over there?" They ain't steal your idea. You gave it up for free. Is everybody kind of understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
do.
Yeah.
We got to look into this thing. I'm not saying he didn't, but we got to look into this thing. If you give up your creative ideas for free in my company, that's on you. Yeah, I'm going to use your idea, but I'm not going to now all of a sudden make you 50% partner.
But Diva, also, if you quick on Wikipedia, it does say that Eric Monty wrote and co-created several sitcoms such as Good Times, The Jeffersons, What's Happening, as well as a spinoff series, What's Happening Now.
I forgot about that one.
So in part, what we can do is we can look at just how Hollywood is constructed. Norman Lear's what his role was in that whole CBS system. He was a producer. He had, come on, honestly, in the late 60s, early 70s, Brother Man wasn't having that much sway as much as Norman Lear was and could have had, but it does give him credit, at least on the Wikipedia, for being co-equal in the creation of projects. And I think that,
Okay, so Trent's saying he had to be given credit in later years. All right, Norman, the jury is out. They're calling you a thief.
Not
they,
on everything. He ain't a thief on everything, but he still is a thief, though.
okay.
I'm a call it.
Just
I'm
like
a
Peter
call it.
Thomas.
So we gave you flowers.
That part.
And the jury said, "Take them back."
No,
All
Take
right.
them back.
if it wasn't for that collaboration, however it came about, we would not be sitting here today singing the theme songs for these shows. We will not be lauding what they brought to the prepare for the entire and all of society, and discussing issues that were very important to us then, and even more so now.
Yeah. So it says here is written with facts. He stole from blacks and overseas. No, he took from them because he has money and called himself the creditor. Okay. All right, Kat, I ain't mad at you. Kat said, do your homework. Okay, Kat, I'm gonna do my homework. I don't want you mad. Okay, Kat, I took the flowers back, Kat. I took them back.
Diva, I sent you some links.
Wait, Sheila, what do you want to add to this conversation? You seem to know a little bit about this situation.
Hey, how are you guys? It's actually a fact that he did steal a lot of creative ideas from a lot of black people. You have to look at the fact that Hollywood, the system that they had, yes, they were probably paid enough money. But then for someone to take your idea and you completely don't get credit. This young man did not get credit until many years later.
So let me ask you this, Sheila. Do you know how long Eric worked for him?
At the height of his career, you got to figure when those shows were in their glory days, he was there, and he wasn't just the only one. There were other people too, but like you said, they were paid. And there's a difference when you take your idea and you're sitting at the table and someone tells you, oh yeah, that's a great idea. On a lot of the things, they said that he was actually, once the idea of things were put on the table, he was actually locked out on being paid for them. So Norman Lear, yes, we did see a lot of different shows that I grew up on, watched and enjoyed, but you got to realize how they got their money back then. It's kind of similar to how you have the music industries and all those Jewish owners that were the big mobiles of those companies, and they're making money, and then they back in the day only gave like New Edition, for example, they were still living in the projects when we were all listening to their music, thinking they were living good money.
Yeah.
So you got to figure that kind of stuff was common back then.
Yeah. Thank you, Sheila. Trent, is Papa Smurf on the docket tonight? No, he's not. Maybe tomorrow night.
Who's Papa Smurf?
Peter. Peter Thomas not paying the employees.
Oh, you mean Peter, who still owes Cynthia Bailey money from opening Bar 9?
Patricia.
That Peter. Well, you know what? All I can say is, whoa. Wait, let me see what you said. She said, I'm back in the chat. DC Young Fly announced the funeral services for Miss Jackie O.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so you guys know, my husband passed last month.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, he lost his battle of cancer. Had a 13-year battle, and the last 3 months were kind of tough, but hey, he fought a good battle.
And so did you.
Yeah.
We praying for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But it is true with caregivers. You don't know. They're strangers that's coming into your home. And we kind of experienced that. Well, they didn't do anything, but if the physical therapist, PT, whoever came in, I was right there with them. You're not going to walk around my home and have free access to my husband or anyone else and I just, leave the house or be in another room. So you are putting yourself in a position of vulnerability because you don't know who these people are. You're just trusting that they are coming in to do what you hope to be a good job or whatever is necessary. So you would be surprised if who's coming into your home, even with hospice care. You don't know what kind of nurse is coming into your home, how they feel, what they believe. The one young man that, well, it wasn't a young man, he came in and my daughter noticed it because she's a nurse. He kept stepping on my husband's oxygen line, and my daughter is like, excuse me. She said, one-on-one nursing, you know better than to step on it. He said, I didn't realize. She said, you see his line, you need to be mindful of it. So you have to be someone's advocate because you just never know how, who's coming into your home and what their motives are.
Yeah.
So I can kind of believe his daughter that something is going on, and he may be in the state of mind that he may not have realized that something was going on or someone's stealing his valuables.
I agree with that because she said he called her, so he called her for a reason, and who knows if this statement that was put in the publication really came from him, even though they said they spoke to him. We really don't truly know. Sheila, my condolences. I mean, you came up on a lot on my channel. You shared your story many times. And I know that according to you and everything you always said, that your husband definitely fought the good fight.
Yes, he did.
I'm, glad, sad that he is gone, glad that he's in peace and probably and not in any pain any longer. Thank you for sharing, and you will always be in our prayers. I know that it is a lot. So before we go anywhere, I only have one more story left. We'll add that to another docket another day. I just want to go around, and I know some of you do know Sheila from this channel, or maybe Sherelle's, or maybe someone else's channel. Leo, any words for Sheila during this time?
I just want to send her healing energy. Think deeply and pray and help that we can give her strength.
I appreciate
it's a hard
that.
situation. It's a hard situation.
Yes.
And we're thinking about you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leo. Nikki, not sure if you know Sheila, but Sheila's good. A subscriber always comes through, always gives us the word. You see, she had to school me on Norman, okay? Had to give me the facts here. Any words for Sheila during this time?
Well, the first thing I would say is I can't say I understand, but I've had people that I know, close to me, like my mom. And I do understand the caregiver struggle with that, and I understand trying to be an advocate, having a lot of knowledge. The only thing I would say, if anyone else has something like this happen where you have to have people come in your home, it's such a good thing that we have technology now where you can put cameras up and you can kind of monitor a little more, because not everybody can just sit at home with their loved ones. So I suggest that, but my heart goes out to you because that's terrible.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nikki. Radiant, some words for Sheila.
Yes, Miss Sheila, sending you lots of love and lots of healing energy in your time of need. And just try to reflect on the fun moment and a good time, because I'm sure your husband wants you to remember him in that way. And when you feel like it, maybe do something to honor his legacy. And anytime you want to come up and you want to talk about it, you want to vent about it, you just want to share a fond memory of him, we're here and we support you.
Oh, thank you, Radiance. In my opinion, words for Sheila. Did we lose you, in my opinion?
Miss Sheila.
Okay.
Miss Sheila.
Yes.
I just want you to listen to me, okay? Keep your husband's spirit with you every night, because he's there. And there's gonna be times when you feel the wind, feel different. That's him letting you know he's right there with you. And you don't have to worry because he's gonna be watching over you.
He told
It
me
may
that.
feel, yeah, it's gonna feel bad for a while, but we know he is in peace. And I'm praying for you to have peace. Don't let this deter you because he wouldn't want you to live like that.
I agree.
Thank you, in my opinion. I do appreciate you and your words. Smoke, words for Sheila. Smokey there.
He may have stepped away.
Is he gone?
Stepped away. Okay. Dustin, any words for Sheila?
Yes, I do have some words. Praying for you. Keep your head up. I know it's hard sometimes, but keep your head up, and we will always be here for you in this on this panel. I know Diva will be here for you, and so will I. Everybody on this panel loves everybody on the panel, and we will always be here for you anytime you need us.
Dustin, thank you. I appreciate that. Denzel?
Yeah. Miss Sheila, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. I'm sorry for your loss, and just remember, that your husband is not suffering anymore, but he's always there with you, and he's your guardian. He's your guardian angel, and he loves you, and he's always there with you, and we all love you, and we praying for you.
Can
We
I say
praying for
something else?
you.
Can
I
I say something else,
appreciate that.
Diva?
It's no problem.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Denzel. I do appreciate that.
It's no problem.
Yeah. Sheila?
Yes.
Sheila, I meant to say Robin.
Yes. Hey, Miss Sheila. I am
Hey.
so sorry for your loss. I wish you and your family peace and just every great thought that I can offer through this time. I want to thank you for sharing your husband with us. The many times you called in. I like the fact that you share with us that he listened in and weighed in on what we talked about, and always thinking of you, always happy to hear your voice. And also I'm so just very proud and humbled by your loyalty to your husband, your expression of love for him, and that you shared that with us so freely, and that you did that is a lesson for all of us. Thank you.
Robin. Thank you, Robin.
Can I add
Thank
one other
you.
thing?
Yes,
I
go
just want
ahead,
to
Nikki.
say, I just want to say, because I'm a social worker, I know that there's usually resources in the community. And a lot of times when you're going through it, it can be very difficult to do that, especially if you don't have family. And I don't know you personally, so I don't know, who you have there. But, online, they have all kinds of, places for you to just communicate with other people who might be going through or get, like support group is really what I'm getting at. It can be helpful. It might not be what you want, but I just suggest that because it is a journey, to have to deal with the death and the dying part, because it's
Yes.
so.
I have support, our family, our daughters. I do have the support. One of my daughters stayed here with me for probably 3 weeks. And finally I had to make her mad so she can go home to her family. And right now I'm learning to live in my home with just me and my dog. And I do feel my husband's presence. He did tell me before he passed that not to worry. He was going to be my guardian angel and he would protect me throughout my lifetime. And I do believe that because there are times that I do feel his presence and I know that he's here. I know my dog feels his presence. And I'm at peace with knowing that he's not suffering anymore. I miss him. I miss him dearly. But I do know that his joy, his laughter, I have many memories. I know that I was loved unconditionally. I did not realize how much so many members of our family looked up to us and our example of our relationship until after he passed. And they were telling me as such. However, I would give every nickel, everything I own to have him back, be poor, and build it all over again. But I do know it's nice to have the support from people. And it is a difficult um, journey having someone be a part of your life as long as we were together and you're no longer there. And when I tell you, my husband and I never physically had any um, physical fights or anything of that or verbal. We had disagreements, but he was the kindest, most generous, mate anybody could want. He was an excellent provider. He was just a wonderful person. And I'm honored. I am honored to have been his wife. And I appreciate the condolences that people are sending. And it is a journey. And I know it's going to take time to get through this. And I will. I know that I will. It's just fresh. It's only been a month. So I'm dealing with it. But the fact that his strength was something that I have never seen anyone as strong as he was. Once he realized his fate and we were in ICU, he said, I have to put on my captain's hat and I have to do what I need to do. And he gave me like a list of over 200 things to do that he wanted done. He planned his services to the T. He had me call his friends. They were very brief messages that he left or some he talked to. I dialed the number. I held the phone to him as he left his brief messages. And he basically told them that he loved them. He gathered our immediate family together. He gave them all lessons of what he wanted them to do and what he was expecting from them to do. Nothing about taking care of me. It was more or less, this is what I need you to do for your life so your life can be good. And I need you to do this, that, or the other. He totally took control over everything down to what he wanted to wear. That's the kind of husband that I had. I had no worries of anything. All I had to do was actually do the footwork. But he was an awesome man. And again, he did enjoy listening to your show. We would talk about it afterwards, and he's just pleased with the different people's opinions and just the joy memory of him laughing at some of the things that you guys would say on the panel. So I appreciate all the support and I thank you. And as my husband would say, there's no crying in the Perkins household. So I'm trying to hold up to that. And, I know I release it from time to time, but I know that I cannot dwell in the fact that the sadness, I have to get past it, because if I don't, I will be doing myself a disservice. And I know that he wouldn't have wanted that. So I thank you all and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me just say this 1 second. Emmanuel said to you, Sheila, my condolences, Miss Sheila. You always spoke so beautiful of your marriage. I hope I can have something as special as you guys had. God is with you. I agree with you, Emmanuel. Yes, always spoke so well of him. How many years were you married?
42.
Amazing.
And I'm going to tell you something that he did. We had always talked about if anything happened to either one of us, we would put our rings on a necklace. And which was made sense because his hands were bigger than mine and he way taller than me. So, however, a few days before he passed, I noticed he was fiddling with his ring on his finger. And I kept saying, stop playing with your ring before you lose it. And he attempted to take it off, and I made him put it back on. He put it on the second time. He put it back on the third time. He looked at me because he was trying to give it to me. And he basically said to me, if you don't take it, I'll swallow it. I'm going to swallow it. So he motioned as if he was going to do so. And to know my husband, even though he was an executive, he was just a cheerful man. He had jokes. So I looked at it as he was joking, but he went to do it again. I realized he wasn't joking. So he took it and then he put it on my finger. And of course it was falling off because his ring size is bigger than mine. So I took my ring off and put his in the back, and that's where it has stayed. So he wanted me to wear his ring, and I have worn it from that day that he gave it to me, even to the point that people were, when he was in his coffin, people was like, well, where's his rings? And I said he didn't want to be buried with them. He gave them to me. And so that fills my heart to know that he put his ring actually on my finger. So it's little things like that gives me joy. And I'm blessed to have had unconditional love from someone as wonderful and great as he was.
For sure.
And I wish everybody could have an inkling of what we had. And people who've experienced that, it's an unbelievable feeling to know that someone loves you no matter what. And I'm blessed, and that is some of the things that is carrying me on, to know that I was truly loved, and I was literally spoiled and did not realize how spoiled I was, because my husband, not only that he partaked in everything in our household, whether it was paying bills, whether it was cleaning the house, washing dishes, washing clothes. I never had to say to him, I'm tired of doing this. Why don't you help? It was equal. Sometimes he did 80, I did 20, because that was just him. He would do what was necessary and never complained and enjoyed doing it. And that's how we ran our household. I didn't realize I was spoiled until I started having to do everything. I wasn't complaining, but it was like, oh my God, is this what people are talking about when they have to be responsible for the whole household? But I got a routine and I did it, and he was cared for. He thanked me, and he got the opportunity to tell me that he knew that he appreciated all that I had done. And I know if the shoe was on the other foot, he would have done it for me. So I'm blessed to have had him as long as I did. I wish longer, but I'm blessed. And I will tell you this, cancer truly sucks.
Yeah. You know what, Sheila? You came through at the right time in the right moment. I thank you for coming up. You will always be in my prayers. And you are right. It's nice that you had this amazing love. And you know what? Wish that on all of us, okay?
I truly
And Miss
do.
Sheila,
I truly do.
Miss Sheila,
Yes, ma'am.
remember your. Let me tell you something. The best Bible verse to remember is Psalms 34:18, about how the God heals the broken heart. He does. He heals
Okay.
you. Okay, and I want you to remember that He doesn't want you to sit here and be sad for Him, because right now He is in peace. He struggled for a long time. He fought as hard as he could.
He
He fought
did.
for you. Yes, He fought for you. And now it's time for you to fight for Him. and you will see him again.
I know. I
Just
will.
keep teaching that he's always watching over you. And I'm
Yes,
praying for you every day.
thank you. I appreciate that. And you guys have put a smile on my face that I haven't had in a few days. But I do appreciate that. And I do know what you're saying is actual facts because I do feel his presence. And I am at peace because I know he's not suffering.
Mhm.
I do miss him though.
Yeah, well, 40 plus years, Sheila, of course you do. Of course you do. But thank you for sharing your love story with us. You could write a book. Um, and I'm glad that you had this special moment in your life for over what it was, almost 5 decades, but at least four, right? And
Yes,
so it's amazing, and it's a great story. And you know what? It was a great story, a love story for your children to see also.
yes.
Yeah.
And the beauty of it, like I told him, he was concerned that he had started to lose weight. And I told him, don't worry, honey, you are still handsome. He
Oh.
said, you're right. I know that. So he still had jokes, but I'm blessed, and I you know I feel good that I had that.
Yeah, happy for you. I know this is a hard time, but know you can come up here anytime, share anything you want to share, and we will definitely be praying for you. I think this is an amazing way, guys, to close out. You know what? There's so many things to be grateful in life for. And, you got to just love every moment and live in the moment. Always forgive. The Bible says how many times you forgive? They said 7 times, 7 times, 7 times 7. I mean, I don't know the
Yes,
verse, but you know what? Forgiveness is what we should do in this world because you never know. Somebody could be here today, going tomorrow. So, Sheila, once again, thank you for sharing. My prayers are with you. And your husband is in peace and he's proud of you, looking down on you and sharing every moment with you, just looking over you and watching over you. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you everyone for their words to Sheila. And I'll say this. Good night, everyone. Love y'all all. See y'all again tomorrow. Trending topic. We'll see you next time. Bye,
Good
guys.
night.
Good
thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Good night.
Not Sheila.